Good everyone, welcome to this video, and today it's a Talisman Series flyout in the Typhoon Mk1 A. Now I know what you're thinking. If any of you remember the Swordfish having a talisman, why am I not doing the Swordfish first? There's a good reason for that. I can't seem to get games in it. I've been waiting nearly 20 minutes for a game in it, so I just thought, okay, sod it. I might as well just divert the time to another thing. So we will come back to the swordfish. However, I have a way we're going to do that. But obviously, I'll explain as we well. I'll explain that in a future video, shall we say, when we get around to it. So the Typhoon Mk1 A is one of those planes where speed is life, altitude is life insurance. It's one of those planes that you can't really dogfight in, which is unusual for a British aircraft. And if it can dogfight, but just not as well as other British aircraft. And it can do one thing very well, and that's outrun its opposition. It is very fast for its battle range, being 394 at 2.7. The Typhoon was well known for quite a few things actually, and well, tail structure, stability, and stuff like that was not one of them. The early Typhoons used to break apart in high-speed dives. It killed quite a few. They eventually worked it out, but by the time that was fully ironed out, the Tempest was soon to come online. So to prevent the Typhoon from being lost anymore, they decided to revert it to ground attack roles. Now, the Mark 1A is not the variant that I'm on about in terms of the ground attack. I mean, it can. We do get access to some bombs, two 250s and two 500s, but it's the Mark 1B late, which obviously I have it spaded and everything, so you're not going to get a video on it because, well, I spaded it years ago, So the Typhoon Mark 1A, obviously, we don't have the 20mm cannons for obvious reasons. We have 12 7.7 machine guns. Now, back in the day, if I remember rightly, the ammo load was 4,200 rounds. It's not anymore, it's nearly 6,000 rounds, which in each gun is 460, with a couple of guns having 500. Which guns have the 500? I think it's the most inward guns? Yes, it is. The most inward guns have 500, the rest have 460 rounds. So you get a little bit of extra ammo. Not that that's going to make a difference because they're only 277s, but having 12 of them, this should be interesting. It's been a while since I've flown the Typhoon. I used to fly it, funnily enough, as a high-speed ground pounder. I used to just equip the 500 pounders or the 250s if I didn't have the 500 pounders yet. Dive in low, drop my bombs, kill a couple of ground targets, and then go and hunt fighters that are at low altitude. It actually worked reasonably well. But yeah, I'm not waiting 20 minutes, 25 minutes for a battle in the Swordfish when I could just do it another way. So I thought I'd do the Typhoon. But anyway, let's jump in and let's see if we can actually get into a game in this thing, which we should do. Well, right as I say it. So I mean, this is the kind of thing you want. Now, unfortunately, with us being at 2.7, we might get sucked into the 3.7 black hole. That is pathetic allied teams. Fair enough, it's not as bad as the 4.3 to 6.0 range. Trust me, that's a whole different ballgame. Okay, so, what should we go for gun conversions? I'm going to go for, no, 500, sorry. And I'm not using my old method that I used to use. Let's go universal as well, because, well, tracers, they're nice, but oh, I remember back in the day when I had a crap graphics card, I couldn't fly this aircraft with tracers. It just completely lag out my computer. Nowadays, though, this thing's an absolute monster of a computer. Alright, so we are in a 3-0 game. That's fine by me. What are you, Mark 1? I mean, I feel sorry for you because you're in Wellington anyway, but you've got rockets on, you've got bombs on, hooray. I don't remember last time I flew the Typhoon Mark 1A. I think it was when a request by its Phillips was requested. I think he requested this thing, or it was someone else, and that was the last time I properly flew it, but I don't remember when I recorded that video, so well done B34, really helps. Yep, I bet he left because he wasn't top dog or something, I don't know. Yeah, the Typhoon is one of those planes that I would rather fly this thing in a ground attack role, especially the later models. Because obviously that chin-mounted radiator, fair enough, it's vulnerable to anti-aircraft, but you know that the Typhoon's coming if you see that chin-mounted. Funnily enough, there was a case where a Typhoon pilot actually started firing rockets at American Shermans, and the Sherman drivers had to pop out the commander's hatch and start firing at flares to get this thing to bugger off. Obviously not this model, it was the later models, the 1Bs with the rockets. But essentially, a group of, I think it was 3 Shermans came under rocket fire, one of which was actually hit, not disabled, but one of which was actually hit, but luckily the rocket didn't actually do any damage to the Sherman. I think it just damaged the track. But let's just say the Typhoon pilot was very close to being, well, having a ground kill, but not the kind of ground kill that you'd be looking for. But yeah, I just felt it'd be a lot better instead of me just like delaying the Talisman series because of this problem with the matchmaking and just me being completely unable to get a battle in the Swordfish. I just thought I'll do it a different way, and I'm going to explain that briefly now. So obviously, since I have talismans on the tanks of Britain, I have quite a few in the lower tiers. I can always just bring the Swordfish along if I die in them, so that is perfectly fine. So that's what we're going to have to do, because unfortunately I'm not waiting 40 minutes plus, probably, for a game when I can just do it a different way. Okay, we'll go underneath, or is that above me? It's the Wellington. One thing about the Tiffy is that she does climb rather nicely, I'm going to say that. She does climb rather nicely for a 2.7 plane. Okay, 109, 217J just feasted. Good. Should have dove in like a moron, should have stayed at altitude. Okay, we got Condor, a couple of 111s. That is, yep, that's another Condor. I was about to identify it as well, but guys just thought no. Okay, looks like the 223 managed to get his bombs off, but that TBF Avenger is going to have a very bad day at the office because, well, he's still going for the bomb run. Does he not know that's suicide? Like, seriously. I mean, hopefully he'll have the common sense to drag them down, but I somewhat doubt that. Okay, that 110 down there is hitting ground targets, so team, if you could ever so nicely deal with that. This Spitfire looks like it's coming up for this Condor with me, which is annoying, but I mean, that 202 might remove him before he even gets a chance, so thank you. I'm actually thanking the 202. Because, well, he should have been paying attention, so... Oh my god. Oh, that is beautiful. That is honestly beautiful. That just melted that Condor. So I can hear something close, and I don't think it's that Spitfire. Right. 110. I normally would go for the 109, however, I'm not sure of his intentions. He's going for the Wellington. Really, bro? There's a Tiffy right behind you, and you go for the fucking Wellington. That is just horrible. I know those things are XP pinatas, but come on, man. I have to move my mouse down. That's just... You're just an evil man. You deserve that. Second kill. Like, come on. And then you look at my team, like, Jesus. Right, well, if needed, I can actually outrun the Messerschmitt, so... Right, he's going for the bomber. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, no, he's broke off the bomber. Fire at long range. And dodge him, that's an E1. Yep. Right then. If there's one thing we can do against the 109 E1, it's put the nose down and floor it. The Tiffy's got a lot of power behind it. Right, what model's that? Is that a B2U2? Is that a B1U2? I think that's a B2U2. No, that's a B1U2. I can tell by the Romanian, not Romanian, Hungarian wings, or the wings on it. There we go. Got number 3. Come on, team, pull your weight. Stop chasing a fucking 202. Where's that 109? Okay, he's over there. I'm gonna go for this HE100 next. So I mean, folks, what would you rather me do? Play this thing and kick some ass, or wait for nearly 20 minutes on a fucking swordfish? I think I know what option I'd pick. Alright, okay, what's that HE100 doing? And he ripped his wings off. Lovely, kill number 4. And we're gonna get the ace. Come on, roll, you son of a bitch. Roll, you son of a bitch. Got some hits. Not good enough, though. See if I can bait the 202 up. Nope, he's gonna try and run. Right, 217's over there. He's just... Is he bombed? Nope. Hey, kill number 5. Ace in a day. Beautiful. Ain't this a lot better, folks, than waiting 20 minutes? I think it is. Right, let's go for the 217. We've got still about half of our ammo left. Oh, this poor guy. This poor guy. Completely melted it. British 303. Oh, of course you're going to try and steal it, knobhead. Okay, so 2 Spitfires have got a kill. I've got 6. What's left? Well, that Condor that I shot down earlier is still going down. We've got 2 fighters and 1 unknown. That's a fair assessment. Okay. Yeah, that's that Condor. One thing I've noticed immediately is the oil's a bit temperamental on this plane, but to be honest, I'm not that fussed. Like, it's controllable. Is that Condor's actually bombed a base out, even though it's completely uncontrollable? Was it the guy I killed at the start? No, it was one by a Spitfire. Okay. Now there was that 109 at altitude. I don't know where he's gone. Okay, he's activated a blind hunt. Yet we're hunting him. Okay, I mean it's not the smartest move, but whatever. You see, this is what I'd rather do. Like, I'm not going to miss out on the swordfish. That's one thing I'm not going to do. I don't want to miss out on a nice aircraft. And obviously, it's such a relevant aircraft in the British air tree. The only tank that I'm missing out in the tank side of the Talisman series is the Jagdpanther, because I don't like that thing. Don't get me wrong, it's not the gun. It's the chassis it's based off. Having it on a Panther chassis means everyone's just going to load the APDS and go straight through your front. And even if they don't, they'll go straight for the gun barrel. Okay, what we got here? Oh, that's an F. That is an F. No thanks, no thanks. Okay. I just used the flaps there to help me get into the vertical easier. Obviously, since I no longer need them, I immediately retracted them. Right, we should have the advantage here, although he has got more airspeed than me, it looks like. Yeah, because obviously I've got the flaps down at this moment. We're just in a current turning engagement right here, which at these sorts of speeds, the 109 has a better chance of winning. Yeah, he's winning this engagement at the moment. Of course, my team have gone 8 miles away. Let's see what we can do to shake him off. I don't know how he's keeping it in better control than me, but 1 and 9s normally lock up a lot harder than that. Has the F1 been buffed? There we go. Yep, we got a second one joining the party. We need to end this now. But look, where's my team? Right, okay, fuck this. I'm gonna put my nose down and just fucking floor it. This is one thing you can do in the Typhoon. If you get in a bad situation like this, you can just put your nose down and floor it. Sorry, but I just have to point them out because they're not helping out. I mean, that Spitfire's just dove in to try and help me. I need to now return the favour. But I'm sorry, the team should have been here a lot earlier. We've got a Corsair, Hurricane, and another Spitfire for crying out loud. Right, he's just been smoked. I need to watch my oil temp. That's a C, so we need to dodge that. Which we can easily do. You can have that kill, buddy. You've earned that. What are you coming for? You're an E, so I'm not too worried about you. I say that, and he immediately spanks me in the face. You're an amazing pilot. You got this. Why, thank you, sir. Okay, kill number 7 coming up. Here we go, kill number 7. I'm not going to steal that 110. Are we going to get number 8? Are we going to get number 8? We still have the ammo for it. I'd love to get some revenge for what this knobhead did to my paintwork. Look how he immediately turned for me. Immediately broke off that Spitfire to go for the head-on. I'm sorry, mate. Your time's up. Dun, 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 dun. That's a reference to a TV show. Kill number 8. Whew. Jesus, 8 kills. This thing has done me some work today. The good old Tiffy. British engineering coming out on top. I tell you, this thing, once you get it wound up, she's an absolute monster. 8 kills. That was amazing. That I do have to say. Okay, so that was a very good run. We did get a bit lucky towards the end, obviously, with that 1 and an F1. I don't remember the 1 and an F1 not locking up like that. We were struggling a bit in the maneuvers, but flipping heck. But 8 kills, we did really well for ourselves, and let me tell you, that was a lot better than waiting nearly 40 or 20 minutes for a swordfish battle when I could rather do 8 kills in a tiffy. I'd rather do that personally. But anyway, we're on to technically the second aircraft now in the Talisman series for Britain, and that is the Spitfire Mk1 B. Now, obviously, once we do the Spitfire, we will then move on to Japan as normal, but we will come back to Britain when obviously I get around to British tanks. Just bear that in mind. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's video on the Typhoon Mk1 A. Obviously, fantastic result. I haven't followed that thing in years. Well, in almost a year, probably. And, well, yeah, she's a beast once you get her wound up and everything. And obviously, as you saw, with that one on an F1, I got in a bad spot. I just stuck my nose down, and that was it. So, but yeah, really recommend flying the Mark 1A. It is an absolute monster once you get upgraded, and well, she's a beast. What more can I say? But anyway, I will see you all on the next one.